guys, today I'll be reading you the book Peter Pan. I hope you like it. Far away from here, there is a place where the sun always shines, the sky is always blue, and the people never grow up. This paradise is called Neverland, and it's home to Peter Pan and Tinker Bell. In London, not from Neverland, there lived Wendy, John, and Michael Darling. Each night they would gather in their bedroom to hear Wendy's tales of Peter Pan, friendly Indians, and the evil pirates of Neverland. One day, as Wendy told John and Michael their favorite Peter Pan story, Nana, their Saint Bernard, began to bark in the yard. At that very moment, Peter Pan and Tinker Bell climbed into their bedroom. "I've come to find my shadow," said Peter Pan. "Nana took it from me the last time I came to listen to your story." While Wendy mended Peter Pan's shadow, John and Michael watched their hero with admiration. "I'm so happy that you came this evening, Peter," said Wendy. "It's my last night in the nursery. Starting tomorrow, I'll have my own room." "But that means you won't tell any more stories," cried Peter. "Come with me to Neverland." Wendy, John, and Michael couldn't believe their ears. "We would love to," they said. Peter Pan took a pinch of Tinker Bell's pixie dust and sprinkled it all over the children. Then he told them to think happy thoughts. "You can fly," said Peter. They flew all night until they reached Neverland. From up above they could see a rainbow, waterfalls, and a lagoon full of mermaids. It was the most beautiful place they had ever seen. There were beaches, forests, and, of course, an Indian village. They had finally reached Neverland. "Come this way," said Peter, as Wendy, Michael, and John landed in the middle of the forest. He led them to his secret hideout, where he lived with his friends, the Lost Boy. John and Michael played with the boys, while Wendy and Peter visited Mermaid Lagoon. As they crouched behind a rock, Peter and Wendy saw a tiger, Lily, the Indian chief's daughter. Captain Hook and Mr. Sim had captured her in a boat. Peter and Wendy were surprised by the captain. "Tell me where to find Peter Pan," demanded Hook. But Tiger Lily stayed quiet. "I have to save her," Peter whispered to Wendy as they watched Captain Hook take Tiger Lily to Skull Rock. Peter and Wendy flew to Tiger Lily's rescue. A furious battle broke out between Peter and Captain Hook. Suddenly, Mr. Sim cried, "Do you hear something?" It was the tick-tock of a crocodile's clock, and he was headed right for them. "Help!" cried Hook. He lost his balance and fell into the water. Peter swam to Tiger Lily and released her. Captain Hook was furious. "The pesky Peter Pan, I'll get him once and for all," he laughed. Hook captured Tinker Bell inside a lantern where Peter Pan could not see him. In a hollow tree, the Lost Boys were gathered around Wendy. They listened to her marvelous stories. Not far away, the pirates prepared to attack. When the Lost Boys and Wendy's brothers exited the tree, they were all captured. Wendy came out and saw right away that the pirates had caught the boys. "Tie her up," yelled one of the pirates. They captured poor Wendy, tied thick ropes around her, and led her through the forest. "Peter Pan will save us," said Wendy bravely. Captain Hook laughed. "Peter Pan won't be able to save you," he scoffed. "You'll have to walk the plank." Nobody realized that Tinker Bell had escaped to the lantern. She flew to Peter Pan and told him about Captain Hook's evil plan. Peter flew as quietly as he could to save his friends. "This time you've gone too far," Peter told Hook. "I'll teach you a lesson you'll never forget." Peter Pan threw Hook and the other pirates overboard, and a crocodile chased the captain through the water. "Hooray for Captain Peter Pan," the boys cheered. They would never again have to worry about Captain Hook. The darling children thanked Peter for saving them, "Could you tell me, sir, where you're sailing to?" Wendy asked. "To London, madame," Peter replied. "Come on, Tinker Bell," said Peter. The children watched excitedly as Tinker Bell sprinkled pixie dust over the entire ship. All of a sudden, something extraordinary happened. The vessel turned a magnificent golden color and became as light as a feather in the wind. The ship sailed gently through the sky. The ship drifted over the forest. The Indians couldn't believe their eyes as they watched it pass overhead. "Can you hear it?" Michael asked. "Hear what?" his sister replied. "Big Ben chiming," he cried joyfully. "We're home!" Before returning to Neverland, Peter Pan and Tinker Bell promised never to forget Wendy, John, and Michael. The children would certainly miss their friends, but they were delighted to be back home. I hope you guys enjoyed this book because I did, and have a good day.